I just wanted to personally say hi. And um, it's always my favorite part is getting to meet and learn more about the founders that work with us and learn about their businesses. And we're lucky. We have a front row seat. I get to say, I think we get to look into the future at Doola because people come to us when they're starting businesses and then we get to know what they're building and then they go out and build it. So people say it's impossible to look into the future. I disagree. I think we can. And it's really exciting to get to work with founders globally.
Awesome. Sounds amazing. How many companies like do you cater? Like how many founders do you cater?
Well, I think Yami can share more about this, but we actively help form thousands of companies. But through our through our social channels, and through our newsletter, we're now reaching millions of founders globally, which is really exciting. And everyone's at different stages too of their process, where they're just learning, or folks who've started and folks who have built businesses which are growing. So thousands of companies now have actually worked with us and formed. But now, some of the content that Yami's been putting out, that I've been putting out, it's really driving some eyeballs and getting impressions, which is exciting.
Awesome. Congrats, guys. I mean, I've been following Dula for, I would say for quite some time now. And you're doing awesome work. So I knew like straight away when I wanted to start another business, what's the next step?
Awesome. Well, Yami's going to be the star of the show here. I just personally wanted to come say hi quickly, but I will leave it to the two of you. And again, thank you so much for trusting Dula. And I'm really excited to watch this as well and help share and promote your story too.
Awesome. Thank you. It's really nice to meet you. Thank you for stopping by.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Yami. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. So Manja, can you actually tell our viewers where you're calling from?
I'm based in Spain right now because it's winter. I hate winter, but here we have like sunshine every day, 20 degrees, and it's great. But otherwise, I am actually from Slovenia, which is like Central Europe, right next to Italy. It's a great place, but it's also awesome to get out.
That's amazing. Thank you for taking this time again to chat with us. And I was actually wondering if you can give us a little background on, who you are, what you do, what you specialize in.
Yeah, of course. So I'm a marketer. I've been in marketing for like 10 years. I started out working at startups, just like writing content, copywriting, basically anything I could get my hands on. But then eventually what I realized is, well, we were working with all the startups. I realized that sometimes agencies aren't like the most efficient, the most friendly, they don't bring in results. And I thought that we could do things different. So back then, I would say this was 5 years ago, maybe. Me and my business partner, Dion, we actually decided to start our own agency, which is now like sales enablement, competitive intelligence agency that works with Fortune 100 companies. So we grew that in the last 4 years. But then this year, when with the economic shift, I thought that like what companies are struggling right now the most, especially startups, is gaining the traction and growth needed to grow from Series A to Series B. And since I've been working with so many startups before, and I've seen like all the mistakes that are happening and also the good things, I thought that maybe that's something that I could just help out companies with to achieve their growth like in a scalable way. So it's just not like a one-time thing that they can't repeat. And that's why I decided to start like another agency, which is just gonna focus on catering Series A startups and trying to get them to grow as fast as possible.
That's amazing. And that's so funny because it's actually my background at the moment. I'm a marketer and I specialize in startups. So who knows, maybe I might be the next Manja. But could you tell us the name of your company and how that progress is going?
Yeah, so this one is Moon and Nox, which is like complete transparency. I just basically I had my first client. I knew I need to start another agency. And I was like, I just want something that sounds cool, like something that sounds like old school, like Sachi and Sachi, and all this like Ogilvy. So they had like really cool names. And then that was a part of the agency name. And I just couldn't find anything that was like derivative of my name. And then at that point, I was just like Googling different domain names, trying to find the right one. And I thought that, oh man, this sounds cool. why not? Let's go with it. And like we can have like the whole lunar brand style, which would be great. So yeah. Sorry, what was the question again? I went on a tangent here.
No, it's totally fine. I love it. You seem very passionate about it. I was asking what was the name of your company and how that
Yeah.
is going.
Yeah, so that's it. I hope it's gonna get registered as that. We're still in the process. Hopefully it's gonna get through this week because I need to set out some invoices. um, but yeah, that's just the whole idea around it.
That's amazing. Congrats again. And yeah, I'll be sure to tell everyone in the office to expedite your process.
Perfect.
We need another agency. But what drove you to doula?
As I mentioned, like I ran into doola a couple of times before whenever I was researching how to start a company in US, because right now, like Growing Scale, the first agency, it's not based in US, but we do cater US businesses, and there's always like, I would say it's like always an extra layer of hassle when you work with as a European company with US businesses. So I knew that like with the new agency, I want to base it in US. And then yeah, I knew of Dula before, and then I also reached out to a friend of mine who has a few businesses in the US. I was like, hey, what should I do? It's like just go to Dula, they will handle everything. You'll have a great experience. And yeah, I'm happy that I decided to go with you guys.
That's amazing. I didn't know we got referred. Wow, that makes us so happy. And could you describe your experience with doula? Did you find it difficult or did you find the process fairly easy?
Yeah, so the process was fairly easy. I actually jumped on a demo call. I didn't book it directly. I booked a demo call just because I had a couple of questions what it's gonna look like, me being like based in Europe. So that's, and then I think I worked with Ali, salesperson. He was a great support. And we basically kicked things off in a day. I would say like in less than 24 hours. We're just like, yeah, let's go for it. So far that part of the process has been great.
And I guess my final question for you would be if your best friend told you they wanted to form a business, why or why not would you recommend doula?
I would definitely recommend doula because it's a hassle-free experience. Like you don't need to spend hours on researching how to start a company, what documents you need to fill in, like how do you need to pay for everything. It's just, I think it's like all in one. It's like a one-stop place. You get all the info, you sign up, and then 3 to 4 weeks later, you have your own business. And then if I understood correctly, like going forward, you also have like with the total compliance, it's total compliance, right? Something
Yes.
similar. Yeah, okay. You have like all the support when it comes to accounting and financials, which is great because it's like a handoff experience and you can truly focus on your business instead of focusing on managing the boring part of it.
Yes, that is one of our mottos. It's like save time, money, and stress while we handle the rest. So love it. And then what's next
Perfect.
for your agency? Like after all this process goes through, what's next?
So like hopefully closing more clients. That's what's next. And just helping out more Series A startups to get to Series B faster, to like make their job easier, to show them like a way forward in marketing that doesn't need to depend on just like one trick, one tactic, but it's just like a holistic strategy that they can implement over and over again and grow.
That's amazing. Congrats. And again, like we're rooting for you and we can't wait to see your company blow up. Like we'll definitely be tagging you all over and reshare this interview once that does blow up.